Hey people, wanted to do another review video on Godzilla, and it's with a twist. And I'm talking about Bear McCreary's, um, and and I'm talking to you directly, Bear McCreary's. It's truly an honor to actually own one of your artwork, your beautiful art. And when I cracked this on, right, you knew what you're talking about when you were making this Godzilla movie, like really, and how you made Godzilla's practically resurrect Godzilla soundtrack to make it really not resurrect. Well, just say how I want to say to resurrect Godzilla soundtrack to make it look more epic, more iconic, and and like even Michael Doherty. It is a truly Bear McCreary's and Michael Doherty. You knew what you knew what you were doing when you were making this Godzilla movie, and Bear McCreary's. You knew what you were doing when you were making this Godzilla soundtrack. I actually got it on the vinyl. I wanted to get it on CD. Um, yeah, I didn't want to get it on CD because yeah, because I really wanted to get a vinyl sound. I wanted to get the vinyl soundtrack and actually play it on my vinyl record. Like whenever I didn't even had one last year. And I wanted to buy the soundtrack to this, and I browsed around the internet and found it, and it was not a waste of my money. This is an investment. Like I love it. Like and use new you, you practically my second favorite um, music writer and orchestra. My favorite orchestra of all time is John Williams, and he is a legend. If you keep going, Bear McCreary's, you are going to be just like him one day, and you got to make practically. I actually listened to God of War actually on YouTube. Actually listen to the whole theme of that. Like you always hit a tone with the music. Like you have like an epic feel. You got this epic feel to your music. What I hear, like it over like when I went to the cinema and actually listened to your work when I was watching Godzilla King of the Monsters for the very first time in cinema when it came out on the day when it came out. I felt like your music was going over me and into my soul. And it was beautiful, a beautiful feeling. I never heard. Oh no, it's out. I never heard a music like that before. And the thing is, the surprising thing when I first brought the game, God of War on the PS4, I was surprised. I was so damn surprised that was you who done that music. I didn't even knew you done that music, I actually had a guess. Like when I heard the theme when Michael Doherty um, actually presented all the monsters, like Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, rode in at that like Comic Con Japan, if it was Comic Con Japan, um, and I heard your theme when he was like releasing all the like figurines and stuff like that, with the SH Monster Arts and stuff like that. And when I heard your theme, right, I was like, man, it sounds so much like God of War. Like with the opera and the choir, it sounds so freaking good. I never heard something that good before. Like that was good, and practically out of all the Godzilla soundtracks, right? That one is my favorite. Where it's go dun 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 dun, and you have the. Did you have the Japanese choir in the background? And I'm just that like that was good, and you hear the choir in the background of your orchestra music, and you hear him saying "Go see la da da da." I love that, man. It's like nothing like that ever happened in a Godzilla movie. Like even in for a soundtrack for Godzilla, like it sounds like worship of Godzilla, like when they're worshipping Godzilla, like all the monsters back in the time. But I'm a little, I'm a little bit angry. I wish, I wish you did had the Mothra twin fairies singing in the Mothra soundtrack. In your soundtrack, I would love to hear that, but it didn't came. But the Mothra soundtrack, that was absolutely magical, magical. When who's I'll put this back over here. I'm trying to think. Um, when I actually heard Mothra soundtrack, you know, when they got the father is getting into the helicopter and he's like hearing Mothra, like you hear Mothra in the background, you hear your music creeping up, and you hear Mothra's music creeping up in the movie, and he looks up in the sky. It's all raining, and you just see the bit of the glare, and you just see that Mothra just blows the whole rain, the clouds away with the God rays. It, believe it or not, I did shed a tear. I shed a tear right down my eye. I was practically bawling, crying like a baby. It was so beautiful. Man, for you to even do that to me, man, you done a damn good job. Like, I don't think you get. I don't think a lot of music directors, the background people who make all the music too, like yourself, Bear McCreary's, get a lot of credit. I'm just saying, as a fan, as to your music material, what you released to the world, and especially God of War, you do hit me with your music, man. Like right here, you do. Like you have this epical. When did I said that? When I went to, I think I did. Yeah, like I'll probably say it again. Like when I went to see it at the cinema, um, for the very first time, your music went over me and into my soul. It was so beautiful. With the Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan's theme, and especially everything about your like the whole Godzilla soundtrack and God of War 2. It was beautiful. Like you're a work of art, like you are as a music director. Like I'm a big fan of John Williams' musics, and now you're my second favorite director, music director. And keep doing music like this, Bear McCreary's. Like I love your work now, man. Like it's so awesome. You actually resurrected Godzilla's soundtrack, like original soundtrack, into these in the MonsterVerse movie. It's truly an honor to hear your work in a movie, and especially in this. Like if I ever see you like at Comic Con, whatever, I want you to sign this. I want you to sign this. I want you to sign this out the back here because I don't want to wreck this front and inside parts. But I really want you to sign here. I really want you to sign up to here, and I want Michael Doherty to sign somewhere around here. And I know Michael Doherty is a big, massive fan of Rodan. I'd rather have him sign it next to Rodan, like a little small one, and you, a big one, Bear McCreary's. Like, yeah. When I go to Comic Con next, I hope you come to Australia Comic Con. That's the only time I'll be going there to get this sign. And yeah, like, it'll make my day if I get this signed by my vinyl record I brought from you, and to get it signed by you, and it's truly an honour to listen to your work. And thank you, Michael Doherty. I just want to say this to you, dude. You're a really good director, and I hope you do a lot more movies. Like, I hope you do a lot more movies. You got a lot of talent as a director. You got an eye for something. You do. And like, put it this way, I wanted to be a movie director, and all my whole life, and I'm trying to study to do it. And I want to be a movie. Well, I have a lot of icons in the movie directing. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. I think Steven Spielberg, and well, that's probably it. I don't really have a lot of other directors, famous movie directors, no more, who I look up to. The only ones I look up to now is Steven and you. That's it. And that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you. Bye.